Good morning. This is Karen with Veronica's Dreams Coaching and Tarot. And today is our daily reading. Making sure I'm shuffling right. We're going to take a look at current situation and the influences around that. I'm going to use the Somnia Tarot today. Give me just a second. Keep in mind this is a general reading. It may or may not resonate. We look at I try to do these daily. Okay. What do we need to know today? Okay. Okay, let's do this. Current situation, please, is the High Priestess. Lovely. I mean, I like it, but it's all about our intuition, right? Present influence is Three of Cups. Future influence is the Devil. Okay, so what do we got in our what we don't see? Star. That's important. What to look for or watch for. Page of Pentacles. Unexpected is, that's the Four of Cups, right? Okay. Challenge today. Two of Cups. Strength. Queen of Cups. And where does this lead, please? King of Wands. And advice. I am going to grab, who is this king? Mm-hmm. 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 And anything else about the Three of Cups, please? Oh, that's interesting set of cards. Okay, Four of Wands is at the bottom of the deck. It's funny the King of Cups is next, but that Four of Wands to me is, let me put this over here so it's more readily seen. I feel like there is something here that you are celebrating. I'm getting some mixed energies here because just a sec. So the High Priestess is in our current situation. And I feel like this can be, what I'm seeing here right now is that maybe you're struggling with this, with your intuition, or with, those feelings that, are you trusting your gut here? The reason why I'm getting that is there's a lot of like mixed cards because we have the Chariot, Sun, and the Five of Pentacles clarifying the Three of Cups, and Ten of Swords, but with the Lovers and the Eight of Pentacles clarifying this. There's a feeling to me of a little bit of like you're twisting something. Okay, and I feel like it does have to do with the relationship because that's our challenge. And this can be any kind of relationship, but it's almost like here, it's almost like you're deceiving yourself a little bit with that, with the High Priestess being in that current situation. I don't normally see that with the High Priestess, but with all of these other cards, I'm kind of thinking there's a feeling of, like you're thinking one way, but you know that that's not what you're really feeling, if that makes any kind of sense. So that's what I feel like it is. There's something inside of you that's fighting your intuition. it has to do with, I feel like this is someone in particular, or a group. It could be a group of people, but it has to do with like celebrating yourself or celebrating someone. And when I look at what clarifies this Three of Cups is so it's interesting to me because the Chariot in this deck with the Three of Cups in this deck, this is the only two cards that have three people in them wearing the red, white, and black. There's a lot of white, there's a lot of red, there's a lot of black, but there's none. These are the only two cards that have all three in the same card. And they're both in the water. And there is this feeling to me. So this is what's clarifying it. The Sun, the Chariot, the Sun, and the Five of Pentacles. I feel like these two cards are kind of like conflicting each other a little bit. Let me turn my phone off. It just went off. I forgot to put it on silent. Let me make sure I do this. Okay, sorry about that. So I do feel like, yeah, there is there's an influence of this Three of Cups, like wanting to celebrate something and that you should celebrate it. But I feel like this Five of Pentacles is like your fight. This is what you're fighting. It's almost, okay, so don't take this the wrong way, but it's almost like you are looking for the disappointment before it happens. So there's something here that I feel like could be happening that's really good and all of that, but there is something here that you're fighting because I almost get the feeling like I'm afraid I'm going to be disappointed because there is a really good energy coming in with that Chariot and that Sun. But this Five of Pentacles makes me feel like you're hiding from it. It's like you're hiding from the truth almost. And that's why this High Priestess is there. So the future is the Devil. This is just an influence, keep in mind. So this is not necessarily an outcome or anything like that. So this is the energy that will be influencing the next couple days. You are really stuck on this situation, this person, this feeling. More than anything, it's a feeling. And you're not letting it go. You know, and I do want to say, it's so funny because the advice is the Moon. And in this deck, I feel like it's, you know, get your head out, you know, look at the sky, look at what's really happening here. Be true to yourself because I feel like you're really stuck on this idea and you're tied to it. You're tied to, no, this isn't going to happen because it's, it's almost like you're forcing yourself not to get something good here. And I would watch that Devil energy in the future, just as a friendly thought, just if you feel like there's some idea or something where you are almost in an unhealthy way stuck on, or a way that's hindering you in some way. It doesn't have to be a drug addiction or even a person addiction or anything like that. What this could be is just an idea that you have been tied to for a while. There is something to celebrate here, and you're not allowing that to happen. And that's that Five of Pentacles energy that's keeping you kind of held back a little bit. What to look for is the Star. When I see this Star card, I look at it and say, he's on the top of that mountain. And what does he see on the other side? What is he thinking? What is he seeing? And when you put that into your imagination and into your, intuition a little bit, it's looking at where you've come from. This is what you don't see. You don't see how far you've come. You don't see everything that's happened along the way. This is telling you to look for that. This card in this deck, I look at it as completely different than all other Star cards because I can just picture that person looking at the valley below and looking at everything they've done to get where they are. regardless if you feel like you're in a good place or not, we all have gone through things and have made it. Like, you're there, you've made it, you're here, you're listening to this channel, you're doing, but sometimes we have to really see how much we've really done and how far we've really come, because we can be hard on ourselves, and I feel like that card is saying that. Like, take a look at that. Take a solid look at, or what do you call it, a wide angle look at everything you've done. And I think that's important, because when I look at this Page of Pentacles in this deck, it's a discovery, man. He's discovering. Page of Pentacles is about learning things and taking the, excuse me, taking the time to really learn something well. But in this deck, I see it as a discovery too. You're spending the time. He's dug deep to find this. And I feel like this is what you need to look at. Look at how far you've come. Look at how much you've put into something. Look at the energy that you have and the good things you've done. I think it's really important. This is an important message for somebody specifically, I feel like, because if you're feeling a little bit down on yourself or down on a situation, maybe look at how you're looking at it. I see that with this clarifier of the Chariot and the Sun and the Five of Pentacles. I feel like it's almost like this energy that you're fighting. The unexpected is the Four of Cups. And I think what this is saying here is you are going to open up your eyes, because I feel like this is saying that you're realizing that you're not watching where you're walking, that you're staying in this energy of not trusting your intuition, not seeing the good. And here in this deck, he's blindfolded. He's going to trip if he doesn't open up his eyes, man. And he's juggling these two cups. And I just feel like that the reason why this is in the unexpected is you're going to realize that this is what you're doing. You're allowing yourself to stay blindfolded. You're allowing yourself to not see what's right in front of you. There's something really good here. Okay. I do feel like that. And I look at this energy of this moon and it feels good. So the Two of Cups is in our challenge. So this does feel to me like this has to do with somebody, a relationship. But you have the Queen of Cups in your strength. So regardless of gender, this is saying that you have the love to give. You have love either to give or in your life right now. And that's why I think you need to open up your eyes a little bit. And I'm not trying to be hard or be mean or anything like that. I'm not. Because you do you, right? We all have to do what we do. But if you're, just looking at a wider perspective, take this and really try to envision and look at how far you've come and how much you have to give. This is a challenge. Yeah, you either are in a challenging relationship or you don't feel like you have a relationship, but or you're losing, hope in a relationship or something like that. But this is saying that you have everything. You do. The Queen of Cups, man, she gives love. Has empathy. She's very caring, very nurturing. So I think that's says a lot. Now, the King of Wands is what is coming in. Where does this lead? King of Wands. This is telling me, see again, this mixed energy. There's something that was over, but I feel like it's almost coming back around. You felt like it was over, but it really isn't. That's again, that mixed, I'm getting a feeling of really, you're seeing things one way and it's really not that way at all. And, but I do feel like there is work being done here. And I think this is you healing. And if this is another person, it's them healing. But all in all, it does lead to this King. I'm going to pull one more card. Anything after the King, please. Anything else we need to know after the King? Well, it could be disappointed. I should not have done that. Oh, I hate when I do that. But that's okay. Tell me more about the Five of Cups. Oh, I feel like that's okay. Again, it's mixed, man. You've got some really mixed emotions going on here. So when I clarified the Five of Cups, Six of Wands, Two of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, I think this is more about recognizing, again, you're seeing this one way and it's not. You need to recognize what is really happening here and what you can start and what, almost like reaching for something new. But you're focused on what you're losing instead of what's in front of you. He has definitely got his back turned. So keep that in mind as the day goes forward. That doesn't mean, keep in mind, these are daily readings. These energies are very fluid. They're not long lasting. These are not monthly readings. These are very forward moving energies. You may have a feeling of being disappointed, but I don't feel like this is all long lived. These energies are, again, daily. The moon is the advice here, and it's really what I said earlier. Make sure that, so the moon is when things are unclear. Shadows cast by the moon are a little bit less clear than maybe, they should be. And in this deck, though, he's coming out of the water, coming into clear vision, looking through those shadows, and it's advice. So it's, before you jump to conclusions, make sure that you understand really what's happening. Don't be clouded by what you think is happening, because sometimes what we think isn't really happening. Again, I use the situation example. You hear people talking about you at work and you're worried because you feel like, oh my gosh, I'm going to be fired, or there's gossip, and you automatically, let's say, just go for the bad. That it's negative. You're going to be fired, or people don't like you. And then you turn around and find out that they're planning a celebration for you, or there is a planned promotion for you, but you're going the other way, right? And it could go either way, but this is saying you're going to have to see what the truth really is. Again, this is the High Priestess too. If you're not trusting your intuition, this is a reminder that you need to look at all angles, understand the situation before you jump to any conclusions. Things aren't as they appear. And I will tell you, with the mixed cards I'm getting here, especially like with the Sun and the Five of Pentacles, and down here, the Death and the Lovers, or the Ten of Swords and the Lovers, and even the clarification of the Five of Cups. Things are not clear to you, and until you see the whole picture, this is the way it's going to feel. And I think that's what the main point of this reading is to say what's really happening. And that's for you to discover, for you to take a look at the situation from all different perspectives, and don't jump to conclusions until you know. And if you don't know, either ask, what is the truth? Don't assume that someone is thinking one thing or acting one way, the way you think the reason is. It's their reason. If that makes any sense, I hope it does. So let's just take a look at the Enchanted Map Oracle. All in all, there is a celebration here, though. So keep that in mind. There's something good happening. You're just worried. I think it's almost like you're afraid of being hurt again. That's what it feels like to me overall. Okay. Again, that's that feeling of the devil. You're stuck on that. I'm usually hurt by these things. Okay, what is our message today, please? What is our message from the Enchanted Map Oracle? That one to take. Details. Now, this may or may not be about this particular reading, but it is our message. Well, this is 43. I know this one. It's all about being detail oriented, right? The most Powerful patterns are created with the tiniest details. Pay attention. This is the time to be aware of the fine print in all areas of your life. Look at the details and leave the broad strokes for another time. When this card appears in a reading, it's a sign to finesse a project, make small but meaningful gestures, or add a personal touch to your correspondence. Be aware that what you need to know lies in the details. If you're entering into an agreement of any kind, pay attention to them. Before, not after, when it's too late. Clarity and transparency are key. You can gain great understanding by observing the minute body language, offhand remarks, and fleeting facial expressions that reveal the larger picture. So I think, too, this goes hand in hand with the moon as well. Understand what's really happening before jumping to conclusions. And I think that's important. So I hope this resonated with you. Please let me know if it did. Comment, hit the like button, any of those things. I appreciate them all. Thank you. Take care. Have a beautiful day.